I am so excited to share this information with you. I discovered as I was getting ready for this presentation that there's not a lot of information out there about social search. I think it is actually very new, maybe less than uh, 6 months old. In preparing for this, I put up these statistics in that Bing uses Facebook likes as a ranking signal. Google is using the plus ones as a ranking signal, and now these days your tweets help Google index your content a lot faster. It used to take Google a couple hours to index your new content. Now it happens in less than 5 minutes. So it's really kind of exciting that this is going on and that we can be part of it in the early stages. The key points I'm going to cover is what is SEO and SMO, search engine optimization and social media optimization, what is SSO, social search optimization, and how do you optimize for social search, and how does social content affect your ranking on the search engines. And I hope to answer all those questions throughout this training webinar. First of all, what is search engine optimization? You've heard about it. People talk about SEO all the time. It's the process of improving a website's visibility organically. In other words, you don't have to pay for the visibility by, number one, the strategic use of keywords. Number two, updating with fresh relevant content on a regular basis. I've been kind of negligent on that lately. Number three, website presentation to search engines and directories. And even though this is not a necessary step, it does sort of speed up the process. And meta descriptions, actually that is one sentence and the title that you use keywords in. That's part of the strategic use of keywords. And link building. If any of you have blogs, you know that people are commenting on your blogs, and most of the time they're spam. And what they're attempting to do is build links between your website and theirs. And that's to improve their websites, their personal websites' visibility organically. What is social media optimization? It's the process of optimizing social media content so that it shows up on the search engines. You can do that by using keywords in bios and descriptions. The bios and descriptions all get indexed by the search engines, and so if you're in Facebook, even though you don't think of Facebook as a search engine, YouTube, all of them as search engines, they are search engines. And if you're using keywords in your bios and descriptions and somebody types in your keywords, say you're a real estate agent and you type in your name and the fact that you're a realtor doing real estate in a specific geographical area, when those show up in your bios and descriptions, they show up on the search engines. You need to include contact info and links to your website. That's kind of, one of those duh moments. You need to share relevant photos, blogs, and videos. In other words, you need to put your picture up there, and I'm talking about a headshot that shows people exactly who you are. So many times I see these little teeny tiny icons in Facebook and Google and all over the internet that show two people holding hands, and you really can't tell who either person is. So you've got to put your headshot in there. Also, social media optimization is about engaging proactively and responding promptly, and cross-promoting social channels. So what exactly is social search optimization? It's a combination of search engine optimization and social media optimization, with going one step further. And that step is engaging people in conversation, getting them to like and plus, getting them to comment on your posts, That is the one step further. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, again, using keywords in your descriptions attracts people to you. Plus, liking, comment, and sharing and reciprocating other people's content or their posts. I like to go into Facebook and Google Plus at least a couple times a day, and I do LinkedIn and Pinterest like once or twice a week. And I like to comment, like, and share, or in the case of Google Plus, comment +1 and share twice a day. Update your social content frequently. In other words, update your social posts frequently. And I work on 5 to 6 posts a day. Optimize your posts on all the social channels. So if you have the top 5, which we're going to discuss in a minute, you want to update your posts every day on all those social channels. Also include links to your websites. You can also include links to your other social channels in your posts. And most important, and this is the key to social search optimization, is make it your goal to engage people in conversations. That's what social search optimization is all about. If you are engaging them and they're commenting, like or plussing, and sharing, then the more of that goes on, the higher you're going to rank in the search engines, and that's the whole point behind it. Here's your top 5 social networks today: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, and Google. Facebook, I think, has over 1 billion users. I think about 700,000 of those are daily active. YouTube is the #2 search engine on the internet. Twitter it just keeps amazing me over and over. They've found their niche and they're doing well in it. Pinterest is where Facebook is like 53% male. Men are the ones that are active in it. At Pinterest, it's more women that are active in that particular social network. And Google Plus is, I actually like Google Plus better than Facebook these days because it's much more business friendly than Facebook is. In other words, let me tell you, just give you apples to oranges. I put up a post at Facebook and I put up a post at Google Plus, and it was a picture with a quotation. At Facebook, I got 4 likes, I got no comments, and I got 2 shares. At Google Plus, I got something like 36 pluses, 4 comments, and about 12 shares. So literally, I more than doubled, and in some situations 10 times the amount of interaction at Google Plus than I got at Facebook. So how do you optimize for social search? We're going to actually go through each of these points separately, but I want you to think in terms of being deliberate. Focus on your brand search deliberately. Plan your content deliberately. Optimize your content deliberately, and interact with your audience deliberately. And now we're going to go through each of those separately. So focus on your brand search. You want to set up your business pages in all of those top five social networks. And you can set up specific business pages in all of them except Twitter, but you can set up a business page per se at Twitter. I've done it for many of my clients. Make sure that you fill out all the fields, including the description and contact information and related links, like links to your website. And again, we're talking about profile images, and at Facebook and Google Plus, your cover images. At Pinterest, it's all about images. At Twitter, not so much. So set up Facebook pages or set up business pages at all of those different sites, and then optimize them for your brand and be consistent with your brand at all of those sites. Focus on content planning. This is going a little bit off the page, and I apologize for that. There are 4 main types of social media posts, and each appeals to a different target market or target audience, so you've got to use them all. Topical being trending topics and current events. Visual, images, videos, and graphs. You've seen infographics, I'm sure, at Facebook and Google Plus and Pinterest. You've seen them just about everywhere. There's links to them at Twitter. And then expressive. You want to share who you are because people want to do business with people they know and like. So you've got to share yourself enough so that they will begin to know who you are. And obviously target specific, in other words, share relevant content for your target audience. Plan to post a variety of these different types of content. Focus on content optimization. Tell a story. People love stories. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do was write a series of posts that were connected somehow into a story. I've seen other people do it successfully. I've not been very good at it. Also, write content or posts based on statistics, both social media and website statistics. So you go into your website statistics and you take note what pages people are landing on the most, what particular keyword people have used to get to your website. You can then go to your social networking sites and go through the statistics there. There's statistics on just about every social networking site. Sometimes they're right at the site, sometimes they're not. Sometimes you have to use an outside service. But find out what people are responding to. In very simple terms, at Google Plus, if they are plussing, commenting, or sharing, then it's obvious that you have come across a type of post that engages your target audience. So write content based on what people are engaging in. Images lead to heightened interest. So include them in your posts, most all your posts, if not all of them. I create some little images that have quotations, because quotations are one of my favorite things, and it seems like people interact a lot with quotations. So I go to Quote Garden or Brainy Quote, and I find a quotation that I think is relevant to business or the season or whatever it is. Then I go find a picture and I overlay that quotation on top of the picture, and then I post the picture at Facebook and Google Plus, and I link to it at Twitter, and I can post it very easily at Pinterest. And then I post those at least once a day with quotations on them, and I get a lot more interaction and engagement from people when there's pictures there. People are more likely to open up a post if there's a picture that intrigues them to open up that post. Focus on strategic use of keywords and relevance for your target market. At Twitter, 140 characters is your limit. You want to use the keyword at least once in every post. If your main keyword, like mine, is 365 internet marketing tips, then I need to use either internet marketing or internet marketing tips. At your website, you certainly want to use your keyword in your title, and you want to use it in your URL, and you want to use it in your meta description. And if it's at your blog, you want to use it at least one time in every 200 words, sometimes a little bit more. If your target market is, like my target market seems to be women from 45 to 65, and they're small business owners, because that's who I am, then they're more likely to, if you use keywords that relate to those people in your audience, then they're more likely to pay attention. So the first thing I try to do is one, post pictures with quotations on them every day. I try to share articles that are about small business marketing or internet marketing every day, a couple times a day. I also usually share a link to my website once a day, no more than once a day. And actually, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 things. That's what I do every day. And then beyond that, when I'm going into Facebook and Google Plus twice a day, I comment, like, and share on other people's posts that have to do with my target market, my audience. Especially, I will share if there's a really great quotation or a really great article. I will share that from Google Plus and Facebook onto my profile page, which in turn is shared with my target audience. And the key to search engine optimization is interaction. In other words, engage in conversations. Like I was just saying, comment plus like and share on a regular basis. That is in all of the top 5 social networking sites. When somebody comments, likes, and shares, then reciprocate. Respond quickly if they ask you a question, or if they make a comment, then make a comment as quickly as you can. My phone alerts me when somebody is commenting on my website or my Facebook posts. So if I'm not in the middle of a webinar or not in the middle of a presentation or working with a client, then I will open up my phone and respond right away. Reciprocate. If somebody is comment, liking, and sharing, then I will go to their page, Facebook, Google Plus, whatever, and reciprocate, like for like. In other words, if they like or share one of my posts, then I'll go share one of their posts. If they like one of my posts, I'll go like one of their posts. That's reciprocating. You can use mentions at Twitter, hashtags, and tags on pictures, so that if you use a hashtag or a tag, or in the case of Google Plus, it's a plus, you can actually land on somebody else's newsfeed wall. You need to practice cross promotion. In other words, promote people and content that is relevant to your target market. This is a win-win proposition. You are promoting people's content that is similar to yours, which helps them, and you are providing relevant content to your target audience, which also helps them. So it's win-win, and hopefully in the end it's win-win-win. In other words, you end up in a better place because of it. Engage with people. Get involved in conversations. If you see a conversation going on, take the time to write a comment. And connect with people in your target market at all of your social networking sites. What that means is, when you're choosing people to when you're choosing people to be friends, followers, or follow or connect with people that are in your target market. And I try to connect with people that are small business owners primarily. So you sort of want to focus on one group of people, and that's where you want to connect. Follows, mentions, comments, and traffic. How do you get there? You start with a keyword focused website. Update the website with fresh content regularly. sign up with the top 5 social networks. I'm kind of walking you through the process of making social search optimization work for you. Set up business pages at the top 5 social networks and determine what types of posts will appeal to your target audience at those top 5 social networks, and plan for a variety of posts. Like I said earlier, relevant images, quotations, links to your website, links to industry articles, and I like to put up a question every day. I feel like every day we have some sort of blessing happen. Like when you get up and the coffee, you smell the coffee, that to me is a blessing. So I will ask the question, don't you just enjoy waking up in the morning and smelling your coffee in the house? And a lot of people respond or at least like those. Optimize your posts using keywords. Pick just one keyword and make sure it's in your post. Interact and reciprocate with your target market. And the winners are, or the results are, online visibility due to the increased engagement. Early adopters, that's you and me, stand to gain a significant competitive advantage and add more brand equity. And your sales will increase due to the increased engagement, organic traffic, and client loyalty. Those are the results of practicing social search optimization. I have a special offer, and because social search optimization starts with a website, I am offering a custom website, the hosting for a custom website. I'll set up a 5-page custom website, about services, gallery reviews, and contact pages, or something along those lines. You provide the content and the pictures, and I will put it up. Half an hour of website maintenance each month to add pictures, reviews, and edit content. All you have to do is communicate with me through email and tell me what you want done. I've already got several clients I'm doing that with. Access and training so that you, the owner, can add or edit content. Normally I charge $49.95 per month, and for a limited time, just for you, this is $27 per month. And I'm going to take you to my website, which is lynnalbro.com. And if you don't go directly to that page, you go to SEO services, and there is my custom website hosting. I also have another service down here that you could think about. It's called my Silver Monthly SEO services. I will add 4 curated weekly blogs to be published at your website with content that benefits your target audience. That's 1 blog a week, and I will also add 5 posts a week to all of your social networking sites. That can be up to 5 social networking sites. So in other words, that's 25 posts. And those 5 social networking sites, I would hope, would be Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, and Google+. That's regularly $74.95 a month. That's a special service, and for a limited time only, it's just $47 a month. What I do is I put it on my calendar and I do it for you. It's almost like a fix it and forget it.